What's going on, guys? You know, Naruto Black Ops here, and yeah, so you know, yeah, I made a fanfic. I'm not made a fanfic. I read a fanfic last night, and it just literally posted because it just took forever to upload. But that fanfic, I like doing it. I like to do that. So this is gonna be another fanfic. This is gonna be a fanfic by what was his name again? Hold up, guys. Try to find his name. Okay, his name's Kaneki Gojo. Kaneki Gojo. Basically, I guess this guy loves jiu-jitsu. And freaking Tokyo Go. But anyway, basically this is a fanfic, and I don't know what it's called. I didn't read the title, but I do know it involves something with Ghoul Kaneki. Not Kaneki, Ghoul Deku. So, yeah, I personally like the Ghoul show, Tokyo Ghoul, one of the best shows I've ever watched. And I know it's been a while since that gen came out, but still, like, I watched it like a few months ago back then in school, and like I was like, yeah, this show go hard. So then, I did my first what if on it. What if Kaneki was the reincarnation of Kakashi Hatake? And I mean, like, I did a little good on it, but I guess I can make another one. But that doesn't matter right now. So, yeah. So, before we hop into this, let me read, like, the stuff the author has to say. So basically, I've already read it, but what he's basically saying is there are gonna be a few characters in the Tokyo Ghoul world from My Hero Academia, and so I guess they're in the Tokyo Ghoul world. Or so those characters are Katsumi, which is female Bakugo, um Izumi, which is gonna be, of course, Izuku's sister. Who else was it? Let me go back. Who else was it? What was it? Okay, here we go. All Might and what was it? Shoot, I can't find it. Uh, freaking can I find it, bruh? Bro, I can't find this junk. Okay, sorry about that, guys, I'm back. Yeah, I have to pause. But, yeah, so that other person is Bakugo. So, yeah. Okay, so let's get into this. POV Izuku Midoriya. I'm Izuku Midoriya, and I'm 16 years old. I am the anti-ghoul. Wait, huh? Hold up. Anti-ghoul. Okay. Hold on, let me go back. Is that the title? Oh, okay, yeah, that's the title. It's Deku Anti-Ghoul. I think it's like, anti-venom type stuff. Like, kind of like that. It might be like anti-venom or something like that. I don't even know. I hope it is. It'll look like anti-venom go hard. But, yeah, let's get to it. I am the anti-ghoul. I've been anti-ghoul for as long as I can remember. Well, so they say. And, well, I work for the... Hold on, guys. Sorry about that. Okay. I work for the CCG. I'm pretty sure that he got it right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the CCG. I think he got that. I think my boy got it right. But yeah, I'm a part of the CCG. I've been there as long as I can remember also. But they also say that. I don't know who I cannot trust, but I do have a few people I could trust. My best friend, Katsuki Bakugo, and his twin sister, Tatsumi Bakugo. Also, have a father figure, Toshinori Yagi, and, well, my little sister, Izumi. We're both twins, but I was born before her. And, well, we don't know who we came from, but all we know is we hate them for what they've done to us, for abandoning us. And now, we'll wreak havoc. No, carnage. We'll bring evil to this world. We'll bring... Oh my gosh, bro. I'm sorry. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So, it says, we'll wreak havoc. No, we'll wreak carnage. We'll bring hell on this planet. And, yeah, that's pretty much who I am. And, well, this is my story. And how I became the god of the new world. Well, not God, you could say. People respect me. But, well, I am the most powerful person on the planet. It's so funny. No one could beat me. Everyone always said I was weak. But now, they're 6 feet under. All they can talk about is dirt. Don't know if that was funny or not, but it doesn't really matter. Antighoul by Kaneki Gojo. Author's POV. Please enjoy, and yeah, please enjoy. Okay, that got that. Kaneki Gojo, Kaneki. Listen, I'm just calling you Kaneki G. Alright, so listen, Kaneki G. Bro, like, come on now, you gotta put something out there, okay, bro? Like, come on now. But anyway, he says, have a great time reading. Alright, let's get into this. All you can hear is a little boy and a little girl crying. You can hear their screams, they're crying. And it seems like they were just born. Matter of fact, they were. Nobody knows who the parents are, but nobody will care. We now see those 2 young kids at the age of 4. One of them are named Izuku Midoriya. Other one, Izumi Midoriya. Izuku is the older brother by an hour, but, well, they know that, but Izuku kind of acts like the little brother in this situation. And Izumi, she's still a little girl, and she always acts like the little sister, but they just go back and forth. It really doesn't matter to them. That's just how they are. That's how they are. It's their nature. Until one day, when they are 4, today, they're supposed to be getting their quirks. Quirks are a superpower in this world. People say they were put here by a god, so we could fight off against the ghouls. But little did they know, it was sent here by the devil, cause those quirks would curse the world. Pause right there, okay? There's quirks in this, bruh? I mean, like, that kind of take away the whole entire thing. Hey, there's quirks up in there, joint? What? Anyway, never mind that. Let's get back into this. Izuku. What? Izumi. Are you ready? We're gonna go to the quirk doctor. He says, wait, let me put my toys away. Izuku Midoriya, the green-haired kid, and he has green eyes. So does his sister, but her hair is longer. Izuku proceeds to put his toys away and put some shoes on. They leave with the orphanage lady. They don't know her name, and they really don't care. All they really care about right now is their quirks. They get to the quirk doctor. The words Izuku hears, it saddens him, but some makes him happy. The words came out of the doctor's mouth is, "I'm sorry, kid. You're quirkless. And it doesn't seem like you have that much time to live." Well, if you don't know this, quirkless people, they mostly die. And there's 5% of the population that are quirkless. Well, nowadays, only 2% though. Sorry, kid. You're just not that lucky. But your sister, she has a powerful quirk. Her quirk enhances her muscles, her speed, basically everything. And she also can use telekinesis. It's like a double quirk, but we don't know what it is yet. I guess you could just call it superpower. And, well, kid, you should probably spend the rest of the time you have with your sister. And you guys enjoy it. The doctor then proceeds to look up the orphanage lady. Orphanage lady, she doesn't care about either of her kids, but she's kind of angry that one of the kids are quirkless and that it's gonna die. You see, they make money off of these kids, a lot of money. And when they die, that goes on their paycheck. So, he's just angry. Well, she's just angry. Izuku proceeds to look at his sister, and his sister is not happy. She's crying. She just learned that her brother is gonna die soon. But Izuku goes over and hugs her and tells her that it's okay. Like the doctor said, I'm gonna spend all my time with you and no one else, alright? And Izuku then puts his hand on his sister's shoulder and says, don't worry about it. Just know that I'll always be right here. And Izuku puts his finger to her chest. And he then says, alright, let's go. And the orphanage lady grabs Izuku and Izumi, but grabs onto Izuku a little bit more tighter. And they start walking to the car. Once they get there, they start driving. And the orphanage lady proceeds to stop. Stop at the middle of nowhere. And then says, alright, kid, get out. And he then says, excuse me, are you talking to me or my sister? She then says, I don't care which one of you get out. Just get out, alright? I don't want to lose my paycheck. Izuku then says, but he then gets yelled at by the orphanage lady, and she starts beating him up. And Izumi, she starts to get mad. So her quirk just malfunctions, and her telekinesis pushes the orphanage lady out of the car, and she goes flying. But she then lands on the ground. Her brain on the street. Her body, it's twisted. It just looks like a work of a madman, or in this case, a mad woman. Izuku then looks on in horror and says, Izumi, we have to go, alright? And Izumi and Izuku, they proceed to get out the car and start running into the woods. Izuku is breathing hard. In this sickness, he already feels like it's getting to him. The doctor didn't tell him, but Izuku only has oh my gosh, I messed up. Only has 8 months to live. And, well, it's not a long time. It might be almost a year, but, well, those can fly by fast. Izuku and his sister were breathing really hard. He then said, Izumi, we have to find shelter. Quickly. And Izumi starts to shake her head. And him her sister and his sister, they start to run, start to look for shelter. And then they find a wooden house. They duck under a bush. So they want to see if anyone's living there. They don't see anyone. So they try to go in the house. Izuku, being, well, still a kid, he knocks on the door. And Izumi shoves him for that. She then says, "What are you doing? Don't knock on the door. Even though we didn't see anyone, there could be somebody in there." Izuku being surprised because his sister doesn't really talk as much. And, well, he just shook his head. He then tried to open the door, but it didn't work. So they started looking around. And they found a key. Alright, pause right there, my guy. They found a key. You know this is a white person's house. They always keep a key under the freaking mattress. But, anyway. Go back. Let's go back. They find a key. They then proceed to put the key in the lock, and they unlock the door. They open it and start walking inside quietly. They eventually get inside of the kitchen. They start looking around for what they could use to eat. But then, unknown to both of them, somebody is behind them. They then hear, "Kids, what are you doing in here?" They turn around quick, and they see a tall man, a buff man for that. He has his, well, hair. It's sticking up really perfectly. And, well, he has a smile on his face. His eyes are blue. And he's wearing a white shirt with, well, some green pants. And a type of belt on there. They all proceed to look at each other. Izumi looks at Izuku. Izuku looks at Izumi, and All Might looks at both of them. And, well, Izuku then says, "Alright, we're gonna have to tell him." Alright, Izumi says, "I'll tell him, okay?" And Izuku and Izumi start going back and forth about who would tell him. Izuku, of course, wins, and then says, "Sir, I'm sorry to barge into your house like this, but me and my sister, we just got kicked out of our orphanage, and we were just trying to find some shelter, and we found your house in the woods, so we just came here to see if we could find any resources." All Might then said, "Alright, kid. Okay, like he didn't even tell them the name yet, but he already said All Might, but whatever. We already knew this was All Might though. By the freaking the way he dressed. He basically dressed up with the first time we saw him. Anyway, Izuku then says, "Alright, can me and my sister have some of your food?" And All Might then proceeds to say, "Kid, you don't have to steal from me. You can stay here for as long as you want. Just don't try to bring anyone back here. And if you try to bring something back here, just tell me." And they both shake their heads. They then look at All Might and they see something on his shirt. It's a badge. It says the CCG. He's looking and says, "Wait, you work for the CCG?" And All Might says, "Good eye, kid. Yes, I do work for the CCG. I'm one of their best investigators there. I'm Toshinori Yagi, or some people call me All Might." He then says, "Oh, cool name." All Might then says, "Well, if you don't mind me asking, what are your quirks?" Izumi then tells him about her quirk. It's called superpower. It enhances her speed and basically everything. her agility, her smarts, and her strength, everything. But then Izuku then says, I'm quirkless, and I don't have that much time to live. And All Might then says, oh, so you're quirkless. Yeah, that does mean you don't have that much time to live. I'm sorry, kid. I don't think there's not much I could do for you. Izuku then says, it's okay. I just need to know if my sister will be okay while I'm gone. And then says, I can promise you that, kid. I'll make sure your sister's safe. Alright? And Izuku proceeds to shake his head. And he then looks at Izumi and says, alright, all the time I have here, I'll spend with you, okay? And Izumi proceeds to shake her head. And her and Izuku start to just play around. All Might smiling, thinking he has, well, two type of kids. Over time, Izuku and Izumi proceed to call themselves Yagis. They ditched the Midoriya name because, well, they didn't like it. Their parents abandoned them. They knew that they weren't dead, so they don't know where they went. But they knew that they abandoned them. So they just didn't want the name. Sorry about that, guys. Hold up. 7 months pass. One more month until Izuku has to pass away. And he's been getting worse. His eyes became way more red. And, well, he's been getting pale skin. He's been starting to cough a lot. And, well, he started to cough up blood. All Might and Izumi started to worry. They knew that he didn't have that much time to live. And All Might was trying to do everything in his power to find a cure. But one day, he went to work. He was just walking around. And then found one of his old partners. Well, his partners. And it was Motto. Pretty sure that's how you say his name. You know, Professor Motto. That guy. The guy that looks so crazy in freaking Tokyo Ghoul. Yeah, that guy. He then says, oh, Motto, what are you doing here? And he says, oh, Toshinori. I'm just walking around. You know, I have to work on these ghoul investigations. And he then says, oh, okay. He then says, All Might. Or, that's what people call you now, but Toshinori, why are you so down? Do you need a quick K? I can make you one. It really doesn't matter. Or is it something else? Toshinori proceeds to tell him that I've recently got a son. And, well, he's quirkless. And we all know how quirkless people around here are. They don't have that much time to live. It's a sickness. And, well, I was kind of hoping to find a cure. And then it says, a cure? Well, we have been working on something. An anti-ghoul. And then it says, wait, anti-ghoul? What are you talking about? You see, we make this subject a perfect ghoul, but we make it immune to every single thing a ghoul does. It still will have a cognitive though. It's just that, well, when a ghoul is in its presence or gets hit with its cognitive, it'll burn. And it'll hurt like hell. But we haven't found a perfect subject. We've always tested it with quirked people. And, well, they always proceed to die or go into a coma. So, we never tried testing a quirkless person. But we could try testing your son. This would, of course, heal him from his sickness. Because we all know, well, ghouls, they're not quirkless. But they don't have quirks. They have their quinkes, but their quinkes have their own special type of quirk. So, well, we don't really call them quirks though. So, we just keep on calling them cognes. The guy, he messed up. He said, quinkes instead of saying cognes. I just read what it read. But, yeah, proceed. All Might then says, okay, what do I have to do? And Mado then says, well, I mean, we could start the project tomorrow. I just want you to know that the side effects may change his personality. It may have a lot of different changes in his, appearance too. He then says, I asked him if he's okay with it, and I'll call you about it, alright? And Mado then shakes his head and says, yeah, okay, All Might. Huh. It's so funny what they're calling you nowadays. I'll be leaving though. Bye, Mado. Yes, Izuku. I'm gonna be able to heal you. Huh. Well, that's if you want to do this. We go back home. I'm gonna tell them the good news. All Might proceeds to go back home. When he gets there, it's at a house that's out in the open. It's not in the woods like they usually used to live. All Might, since he's an investigator, he does have a lot of money. So, well, he lives in a good house. He walks in, and he then gets greeted by his daughter, Izumi. Izumi then proceeds to say, oh, hey, Dad. And Izuku comes in and says, oh, hey, Dad, and then coughs. All Might then says, Izuku, are you okay? He says, yeah, it's nothing, okay? And he says, well, I have some good news for you, Izuku. He says, what's that? Well, see, I went to work today, and I ran into one of my old partners, Mado. He's a good investigator. You see, he told me that they've been working on a project called an antighoul. And, well, I wanted to know if you wanted to do this. They said it will cure your sickness, but it'll also make you a ghoul. It might change your appearance and your personality. Because I wanted to talk to you before we do this. So do you want to do it or not? And Izuku automatically said yes. He didn't care what happens. He just wants to be alive with his sister. If there was any chance, he would take it. All Might was surprised how fast he said yes. He didn't ask Izuku, are you sure? This is a big change in your life. I just want you to know that. You're gonna be at the CCG more, alright? If you do this. And she says, alright. And All Might says, okay, get your rest. We're gonna be going tomorrow. Izumi, you can come too. Izumi then shakes her head, and they proceed to have a good night. They all start having a family night, and they just happy that they're gonna be able to spend more time with each other. Izuku, especially being the most happiest, so he can spend more time with his family. He'll go to anything to be with them. Izuku then wakes up. It's the next day. He has a smile on his face. A smile like his father, All Might. He walks down to see his father and his sister ready. He puts on some clothes and he says, alright, let's go. When they get there, everybody is kind of shocked to see All Might with 2 kids. They're young too. And well, he proceeds to walk to the lab. And when they get there, they see Mado and the general. I'm pretty sure what they mean general is that guy with in the freaking that controls the CCG. So yeah. He then says, "Oh, hello, All Might. Are these your two toddlers? Which is the one that we're gonna be, well, putting through the inside ghoul?" He then says, "This one. He's Izuku Midoriya, or Izuku Yagi." And Izuku waves his hand. He then says, "How do we do this?" He then says, "Well, it's pretty simple. You see, we're gonna put you in that, well, little chamber right there. You're gonna go inside of there, and you're gonna stand on top of that. It's probably going to hurt a little bit though. The case is gonna close, and it's gonna start changing your body, giving you ghoul instance and ghoul blood, but also giving you systems that ghouls really hate, like food, regular human food. All that stuff that ghouls hate, we put inside of your blood and your body. So, are you ready?" Izuku then shakes his head. He takes off his shirt and his pants. He's only in some underwear. He walks into the chamber and goes onto, well, little platform. The case proceeds to close. Not all the way though. I'm guessing this guy's doing it like the freaking super soldier. But yeah. He basically, before it closes, a doctor comes in and injects him with a serum. And then says, "Oh, that wasn't that bad." And he said, "Well, kid, that was just the beginning." And Izuku then said, "Wait, what?" He then got up. The doctor then got up and said, "Good luck, kid." The case proceeded to close, and fully this time. The needle started to go into his chest, his stomach, every limb. Light started to flash, red light. Izuku's eyes, there was blood coming out of them. He was screaming in pain. Izumi couldn't dare to watch. Neither could Toshinori. They were frightened about what's happening to Izuku. He was screaming so much, and All Might, he told them to shut it down. He needs to go in there and save his son. But then the general said, "No, he can do this, okay? Just give the boy some time." All Might then starts to refuse, but then he then hears Izuku's voice. Izuku then says, "Oh, dang, bro, she got my nerves. Sorry, I'm my little sister came in." Yeah, so Toshinori was about to go in there and tell him to stop. But then he heard Izuku's voice. Izuku then said, "No, let it keep on going. I got this. Alright." And All Might stopped and said, "Alright, I believe in you, Izuku. You can pull through." And Izuku proceeded to scream even louder. But then it stopped. Once the machine exploded, it stopped. It stopped, bro. I said it stopped. It stopped? Really, bro? It stopped? Okay. Once the machine exploded, it stopped. They went to go check on Izuku, and he was fine. He looked different. His hair, it was half white, half black. His eyes were, they were black. And, well, they were pitch black. But his left eye, had a little shade of red. His freckles that he had were gone. And Izuku looked good as new. He was then took out of the pod and then put onto a stretcher. They put him on there. They started to run tests on him to see if it worked. When he started running tests, they thought Izuku was dead. But oh, they they were wrong, because Izuku jumped up, breathing hard. He was looking around, saying, "What happened? Where am I?" And he then says, "Where's my dad and my sister?" Oh my gosh, bro, my nerves, bro. Sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Sorry, my guys. What the hell? Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, anyway, like I said, Izuku said, "Where's his father and his sister?" They both were right next to him, and they started to hug Izuku. All Might said, "You pulled through, my boy." And I don't know why I said that. And Izuku said, "You're okay, Izuku." And Izuku was smiling. He had a bigger smile than he did this morning. But then, that smile changed when the general came in and started clapping. He then said, "Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, All Might. We finally created the perfect weapon for the CCG. Huh. Thank you for your assistance and bringing your son here. But that would be all." And All Might said, "What are you talking about? We're leaving. He can come here sometimes, but to train on his power, no. He's staying with us." And, well, the general said, "No. We're training him to be the perfect weapon to kill ghouls. He's ours now." And he said, "No, we can't have you take him." He then said, "Well, you can stay here and, well, monitor him, but he won't remember you. He won't have your memories. We're gonna take them away. It seems like it's not unlocking his true power. We need him to be heartless. So, we're gonna have to take away his memories." He then snaps his fingers to tell the doctors to do it. The doctors then inject something into Izuku's neck. It then goes up into his head, and it's basically something that'll change his memory. It just erases everything. He then falls asleep again. All Might tries to shake Izuku up, but he can't. He then runs over at the general and says, "You monster! Why would you do that to my son?" And then he was hit out of the way by Modok. Not Modok. Freaking Mado. Mado used his Quinke. He then said, "All Might." With Toshinori. "We had a deal." He then said, "This wasn't a deal, Mado. I wanted to heal my son. I didn't want to make him a weapon. What are you doing? You're gonna let him go. You're gonna let him go this instant." He then said, "You're funny. Why would I do that?" He didn't say, "Well, I have to finish you off then." He then said, "No, All Might. You won't do nothing. Because you're now fired. Without your investigator license, you can't do nothing. I don't want to see you around here anymore. Leave." All Might then said, "No, I'm not going anywhere." But then he then saw Izumi with Mado having a sharp Quinke to her neck. He then said, "You two are gonna leave and never come back, or she dies. And if you don't, even if I see you come back, we will kill Izuku." They then, All Might then says, "Okay, we'll go." He then takes Izumi, and him and Izumi proceed to leave. The general has a smile on his face while looking at Izuku. He then says, "This will be the perfect weapon to kill all ghouls." End of chapter 1. Okay. That was hard. That was hard. Okay, I mean, that was like the prologue, explaining what had happened. But let's get more back into the show, my guy. Not the show, fanfic. Okay. Ow, my eye. Hold up. Okay. Chapter 2. Chapter 2. The antighoul. We now see Toshinori Yagi and Izumi Yagi. They just got kicked out of the CCG, and Izumi lost her brother, while All Might lost his son. They were both crying. When All Might then said, "We're gonna have to join the ghouls. We don't have to become one, but we're gonna have to join them." And she then says, "But why?" And it says, "If we work on the ghoul side, we could probably get more information about the CCG. I've been working when I was in the CCG as an investigator. We were leading up on this coffee shop, and well, I'm pretty sure ghouls work there. So we'll go there and see if we can find help over there from the ghouls. All right?" She then shakes his head. She then shakes her head, and they leave. We now see Izumi and Toshinori. They're at. Heck? Sorry. Okay. Okay. They're at the coffee shop. Antighoul. Pretty sure that's how you say it. Everybody is looking at them because they're looking a little bit suspicious because it is at nighttime. Izumi then talks to her father and says, "Dad, are you gonna tell them?" He then says, "Yes, I'm gonna tell them now." Toshinori stands up and says, "My name is Toshinori Yagi. The ghouls that we know start to look at her. Not him. What's up?" He then says, "Toshinori Yagi. We know that you're ghouls, but don't worry, we're not here to do anything. We're just here to help you. I was an investigator at the CCG, and I have some information for you. I just want to know if you have some information for us. We'd like to work here with you. And, well, we want to get our family back. You see, our son, his name, well, not son, our son. I messed that up. My son, Izuku Yagi. He's been, experimented on by the CCG. He became their weapon. They call him the antighoul. And that is basically a killing machine against ghouls. It's immune to anything about ghouls. If a ghoul comes into his sight, it'll get, severely injured. He's really powerful, and we'll need your help to bring him back." First of all, how do you know how powerful he is if you haven't even seen his power? Come on now. That's my question, my guy. How have you seen his power? But anyway, Toshinori, let's get back into this. All Might was done explaining. The old man, which nobody really knew his name. I guess he's just gonna be calling him the old man. The old man said, "I understand. You want to get your family back. I know how that feels." Wait, so aren't you that investigator they call All Might? Huh. Isn't your quirk called One for All? You didn't say, "Yeah. What about it?" He then says, well, it's been a long time, hasn't it? Huh, Toshinori. He then says, what are you talking about? He then says, you don't recognize me? It's me. All for one. Toshinori's eyes then widen and says, it can't be. You died. He then said, no. I've never died. I just took a name called the One-Eyed Owl. And, well, they've been thinking I was him. Wait, so you're the One-Eyed Owl? Yes, Toshinori. But don't worry. All that stuff back then that was between us, I don't care about that anymore. All that stuff, the previous one for our users and my brother, I don't care about that anymore. Alright? All I want is to bring this world to peace. And I want to save our ghoul family. So, if you don't mind, I want to save your son, but I also want to take down the CCG if we can, and free any ghouls they have captured there. Okay. This is getting a little more intense. Toshinori proceeds to shake his head and he says, okay, deal. All for one. I guess we're calling him all for one now. He then says, good, Toshinori. Alright. Izumi, meet these two young kids. They're as young as you. This one is named Toga. Other one name is... Wait. Where is he? Toga is crying. She then said, he ran. He ran away. We don't know where he went. All for one then said, oh, he must have went with some other ghouls. I don't know why, but, well, we'll figure it out one day. So, now, let's start on our agreement, shall we, All Might? All for one proceeds to lend his hand out, and All Might hesitantly shakes it. Oh my god, my eye, bro. Sorry, bro, sorry. Okay. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Okay. 13 years later. Our now point of view is on a black-haired kid. This kid is walking. He's walking with a purple-haired girl. It seems like he's really into this girl. He's been taking her out on some dates and, well, taking her out to places. And he decided to walk her home. Because why wouldn't a guy do that on the first date? He then proceeds to start a conversation with her. They then cut a corner into an alleyway. They then get to a construction site. When they're there, she then says, oh, this is my stop. He then says, Rias, are you sure you live here? She then says, yeah, it's just up there. She then says, Kaneki, I want to know if you want to do this again. And Kaneki, as we are now introduced, he says, oh yeah, sure, yes. And she then comes up closer and puts her hand on his chest. Kaneki begins to blush. She then says, I really want to do this again sometime. Kaneki, you're so delicious. And I think I'll have a fun time eating you. Okay, that line right there. Okay, I don't know about that. But whatever, my guy. I mean, it is a girl, but still. Ghouls do be acting a little sus. Especially the girl ones. They be freaky. Yeah, but anyway. She then says, I'm gonna have a fun time eating you. You then see her eyes turn black and red. Kaneki says, sweet. She's a ghoul? Her eyes are black and red. Her cognate comes out of the back. It's like tails. They then frighten Kaneki. He's stunned, so he can't move. He's shocked. He's scared. But as soon as she was about to bite down on his neck, he snapped out of it and he pushed her off. He then tried to run away, but it was too late. She was too quick for him. She led him to the construction site. He got punctured with her cog. He got punctured in some limbs with her cognate. He fell down. He was crawling over to a site. He got to a wall. He put his back against it and said, This is how I'm gonna die. I thought she actually liked me. Why? Why? Yes, was just about to finish him off. But then, poles started to fall from the sky, and they fell on top of her. Right there, Kaneki passed out. But Rias, she was dead. A doctor came to get Kaneki and to save his life. Well, what Kaneki thought was saving his life really wasn't. He put Rias' organs inside of him. And he's now a half ghoul. That our boy, Kaneki, he wakes up on the beach. He starts looking around. And he feels weird. Like something changed inside of him. He starts to go back home. When he opens the door, he then sees some bag of food. It's from his best friend Hide. I saw that you weren't home, so I just left these food for you. I got your favorite hamburger. You're sincerely your best friend, Hide. Kaneki then smiled and said, thanks, Hide. He then went to go take a bite of one of his favorite snacks. But when he did take a bite of it, he spit it out. He then said, this tastes disgusting. It tastes like I'm biting to a sponge. What is this? What's wrong? He then proceeds to try to eat it again, but he throws up. He's wondering why he can't eat it. He then starts to try to eat more food, thinking that was expired or something. And, well, he can't eat anything. He then starts to boil up his favorite hamburger. When it's done, he's looking at it. He then takes a bite of the hamburger. But before he did, he saw the news. Just so you know, sorry guys. Just so you know, if you ever see anyone like this, ghouls, they can't eat regular food. Their tongues, they can't take in the food we eat. That's why they eat human flesh. They have different taste buds. Anything that we like, what it tastes like to them, it tastes like, well, complete garbage. Kaneki starts to freak out. He then says, I can't be a ghoul. He then tries to take a bite of the burger. He then has a tear fall down his eyes. He says, it still tastes disgusting. He goes to the restroom and throws it up. He then looks like on the news, and the news reporter then says also, ghouls, any type of sharp metal knife. It can't hurt them. Nah, their skin, it's way more harder than the, well, regular human body. So, yeah, watch out for this too. But don't just go around stabbing people. You don't know if they're human or not. Kaneki then said, I have to. Try it. He grabs a knife and he hesitantly is about to stab himself in the stomach. But then he just does it and the knife breaks. He then falls on the floor and starts to cry. He then says, I'm a ghoul. But I don't want to be. I don't want to be one. Izuku, not Izuku, Kaneki proceeds to get up, puts on a jacket, and leaves. He starts walking outside. He's in the middle of a crowd. People walking around him, not just like checking him out. They're just walking. Kaneki, nobody can see it, but he's drooling. He keeps on screaming out the word. Well, not screaming, just saying the word. Flesh, 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 flesh. I want to eat your flesh. He just keeps on saying that. Until one girl tries to come up there and asks if he was okay. But her boyfriend tells him, don't worry about that, alright? He seems like he's having a bad time. Don't worry about him. They both walk off. And Kaneki, then he kind of snaps out of it and he starts running. He tries to run back to his house, but he then smells something delightful. He thinks it's food, so he starts running to the scent. He then says, what's that smell? It smells so good. What is it? It probably tastes delicious. He starts running and running and running to it until he sees what he was smelling. He then sees somebody eating a human body. The person then looks up to reveal he's a ghoul. The guy then says, oh, you're a ghoul too. But you're different. You only have one eye. Huh. You're one-eyed ghoul, huh? That's crazy. Well, I won't be stingy, kid. Here, have one. The guy then proceeds to give Kaneki an arm of the person he was just eating. But then that ghoul gets his head kicked off. The guy who kicked his head off, then ran over to Kaneki and said, what are you doing here? This is my territory. Kaneki then said, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to come over here. Okay? I'm so sorry. He then was interrupted by a girl with purple hair. She comes down and says, what are you doing to him, Nishiki? He just says, I need to teach him a lesson to stay off my turf. He then says, this is not your turf. This is not anyone's turf. A green-haired girl comes up and says, she's right, Nishiki. You need to stop acting like you own the place. He then says, who are you to talk, Izumi? And Toka, you might as well get your little girlfriend out of here before somebody gets hurt. She then says, Nadia, I don't even like girls, you idiot. He then says, well, I wasn't talking about it like that, but since you suggested that, but then he was then kicked in the face by Toka. Toka then said, you better shut your trap. I don't like it when people talk mess about me. She then proceeds to beat up Nishiki. Nishiki, since he was kinda weak right now, he then said, whatever, I'm out of here. He then leaves. And Kaneki then asks, Miss, you have to help me. I don't know what's going on. I can't eat human flesh. I mean, I can't eat food, regular food. It all tastes weird to me. I, I, I think I'm a ghoul, but I don't want to be one. I, I, I don't want to do this. My world just got turned upside down, just a day ago. It doesn't seem fair. I don't know why this is happening to me. Why me? Toka then says, "Why are you doing this?" Sorry about that, guys. You must think you're the only one with a bad life. Well, you don't understand the world. And he then says, "I don't want to do this." He then looks up with his one-eyed ghoul. With his one ghoul eye. And then says, "Oh, you're a one-eyed ghoul. I've never seen one." She then says, "You want this?" She then has a heart. He then says, "No, I don't." He tries to reach for it, but he then says, "No, I don't." And she then she sighs. And she races over there and tries to shove the heart down Kanaki's throat. But then Izumi comes in and stops her. She then says, "Stop." He obviously just went through a huge change. I don't think you should do him like that. This is how else is he gonna learn, Izumi? She then says, just give him time. He just became a ghoul. Then All For One proceeds to come in. He then says, "Hey, Toka, Izumi, who is this?" And I said, "It's a kid with one eye. He has a one-eyed ghoul. He's a one-eyed ghoul." And I said, "Oh, a one-eyed ghoul. Huh. Bring him in." She then says, You can't be serious." He then says, "Come on, Toka. We have to bring in family." She then sighs and says, "Whatever." Kaneki proceeds to get up and follows All For One. When they get to Antighoul, the All For One proceeds to start making coffee. When he does finish, he then puts the coffee out on the table. He then says, "Here, taste this." Kaneki then says, What's the need? It's just gonna taste like barf. It's just gonna taste like crap." And it says, "All of the things we can't eat. Well, we can't eat human flesh. I mean, we can't eat human food. We can't eat none of that. But one thing we can do that humans can, or drink coffee. So go ahead, drink it." Kaneki drinks this and says, "Wait, this is good." He then says, "I know, right?" Yeah, sorry about that, guys. You then have a tall buff man come in. We all know this as Toshinori Yagi. Toshinori comes in and says, "Yo, this must be that one-eyed ghoul. Hello, my name is Toshinori. You can call me All Might, but you can also call me Mr. Yagi." Yes. Oh, okay, Mr. Yagi. "Are you a ghoul too?" He said, "No, I'm a human. Just like my daughter, Izumi. The one with the green hair. I'm pretty sure you met her already." He then said, "Yeah, she's nice, I guess." "Yeah, you could say that." All For One just says, Alright, Kaneki, here, take this." He then gives him a bag of flesh. He says, "You can have that. Don't just try to hold yourself back from eating it, alright? If you want another, just come back here. You can leave now." Kaneki proceeds to leave. We now skip over to our main protagonist, Izuku Midoriya, or as we all know him as the anti-ghoul. Izuku is now training with his partners. His two partners he's been having, well since he thinks he's born. Katsumi Bakugo and Katsuki Bakugo. His best friend being Katsuki Bakugo. And, well, he doesn't like Katsumi. He considers her as a best friend too, but Katsumi, she likes Izuku. Her brother, Bakugo, knows this too. He's kind of a hothead, but, well, it's mostly because of his quirk. He has a quirk that could make him use explosions. His sister also has the same thing, but she can use it on her feet and her hands, while her brother can only use it on his hands. But her explosion can't get as big as his. But them working together, they can make a big explosion. Maybe even a nuclear one, if they train hard enough. Izuku, on the other hand, though, he's a whole different subject. He has been training all his life. He knows every single fighting style in the world. He knows how to use a sword. He most likely uses a Quinke sword. This sword basically, it's a stretch type of sword. If he swipes the sword and wants it to go far, it'll wrap around you or just stab you straight through one of your limbs. He likes that sword. It's kind of like a long range and a close up range one. He likes it like that. Izuku also has his own Kagune. I guess you could say these are two Kagunes. Well, at first, his Kagune comes out of his back like tentacles, but then they can shape into wings. The Kagune color is white and black. His tentacles, well, they move around really quick. Quicker than anybody you can see. But you have to be a high rank ghoul to see that. And a high rank investigator. Well, not many investigators can see it though. Even if you're high rank, you'll still have a hard time seeing it. When he uses his wings though, he's pretty fast. He's a fast ghoul and an offensive ghoul. He's pretty overpowered, as people would say. He also has another ability. The quirk he was given. This was given to him from another experiment. We call this painkiller. He can touch you, and venom goes around your whole entire body. And well, it will kill you. He can make it kill you or stun you. He also has another ability. You could call this a part of his Kagune. He called this the anti-venom, anti-ghoul suit. He can make sharp weapons with this venom. It's a white venom. But when he makes it go around his whole body, he looks like a demon, a monster. His eyes, and if he opens his mouth, it's red. His teeth, they become black. The outlines of his eyes become black. He also has, a spider type symbol on his chest. But the rest of his body is white, with the symbol being black. He also has a little bit of black lines on his arms, but that's it. He also can shoot webs, but he doesn't use it as much. He's the perfect weapon for any ghoul. Well, to kill any ghoul. His kill rates right now are 1,000 ghouls. Well, only in another state. Yes, he moved back to back. He likes going to Tokyo. There's not that many ghouls he can find. They most ghouls stay low in Tokyo, since there are the most in there. When he goes around the world, it's not that hard to find them. He's a killer. And, well, he's pretty powerful for himself. Him, Katsumi, and Bakugo, they're all training in their a little capsule. Izuku always comes out on top with 50 wins, with Bakugo with 30, and Izumi with 29. Izuku beats both of them and gets the score of 51 wins. And, well, Katsumi and Katsuki, they're kind of mad. They both have that hot-head temper, but Bakugo, he's more of a hot-headed than his sister. His sister is more feisty. Izuku, he really doesn't know no one. He doesn't love no one anyway. He knows he has these two best friends and they protect him more than anything, but he can't bring himself to saying that he loves them. Doesn't know why, but he just thinks he was made that way. He's incapable of love. He is a monster. After he beat them, they were all tired. Well, not all of them. Izuku barely had a sweat. Him, Bakugo, and Katsumi, they all went to lock. They were walking, and they were just talking about, well, what they should be doing. If they're gonna do what they're gonna do on their breaks, and what they want to do if they will quit the investigator stuff. Izuku talks about this a lot because he really doesn't like the investigator job, but he knows it's for the best of the world. He then says, well, I'll be heading out. Alright, guys. Katsuki and Katsumi, they didn't say, yeah, bye, we're gonna go head home. And he says, yeah, tell Mitsuki, hey. And they both said, okay. And he waves goodbye and he leaves. He starts walking until he's pulled into an alleyway by a ghoul. The ghoul then says, you're gonna be perfect. Izuku then smiles and says, you picked the wrong one, pal. He just says, but then his left eye, becomes pitch black. There's no white outline. It's just all black. His right eye, it becomes white. No pupil, no nothing. Just white. The ghoul looks in horror. He then sees Izuku's Kagane. He goes into the first stage of his Kagane. Only the tentacles in his back. He then says, gonna have a fun time eating you. Izuku then proceeds to kill and eat the ghoul. Izuku, he can eat human food, but he also eats ghouls. Ghouls make him way stronger than food does. He then wipes the blood off of him and proceeds to leave out of the alley. Like nothing ever happened. He then hears something in his head. He says, why did you not let me do it? And he said, what are you talking about? Why did you not let me go wild? And he said, because it was just one villain. Not one villain. It was only one ghoul. I wasn't about to let you out. And he said, well, you're annoying, you know that. And he said, you're me. You're just another personality, alright? Now shut up. Izuku has has trouble with his different personality. Izuku, even though he's called anti-venom, that personality, well, he's the real anti-venom. He just loves to kill ghouls. That's what he's born. That's what he That's what he does to entertain himself. Izuku, he kills ghouls, but I mean, it entertains him because he has something to do, not as much as the anti-ghoul do. Izuku starts to walk. He then says, well, what should I do? He then said, I'm gonna go get a haircut. He decides to go to the barber shop. He goes to the barber shop and cuts off the sides of his hair. So his hair is not as bushy anymore. He still has his white and black hair. It's not as bushy anymore. Izuku decided to get a tattoo also. He then got a tattoo of anti on his chest and venom on his back. He then said, well, it's not a bad tattoo. He then got up and left. He then started to do a habit of his. He always likes to buy gloves. Doesn't know why. He just loves to buy gloves. I don't know what the heck this dude is. I just want to buy gloves, but whatever. Izuku proceeds to just buy gloves. He likes to buy them. He gets a black pair of gloves with a smile on each of the palms. He then tightens them and proceeds to leave out of the store he bought them from. He then started to crack his shoulder. Another habit he also does. He pops his shoulder out of place. It doesn't hurt him though. And then pops it back in. He does that to both of his shoulders. He does that when, he just goes crazy. Or when he just wants to feel something good. He then goes back to CCG. Wait, what? Oops. He goes back to the CCG. When he gets there, he's greeted by Motto and... Sorry guys, hold up. He's greeted by Motto, his new partner, Aizawa. Wait, bro. He capped, bro. He said there was only gonna be a few people from My Hero Academia. Aizawa, he didn't say all for one. For one, he didn't say all for one's gonna be in here. Now Aizawa, man. Anyway, bro. Him and Aizawa, they kind of get on. They get along well, actually. They both understand each other. Say they kind of look both alike. Well, except for Motto, he doesn't sleep all the time. Well, you see, he's made a name for himself already in the CCG as Eraserhead. He can erase any ghoul's quinke, and it's pretty powerful if you ask him. But when he blinks, they can use their quinke again. Nobody knows about this downside yet, except for Izuku, since he's the smartest out of everyone in the CCG. he can really take over. He can really take it over if he wanted to. He then proceeded to walk back to his room in the CCG. He laid down on his bed, and the next day came around. He then walked outside, and started to walk to Bakugo and Katsumi's house. When he got there, he was greeted by Mitsuki. Mitsuki also, bro, come on now. Hop in, my guy. Oh yeah, he was greeted by Mitsuki. He then said hello and asked if Bakugo and Katsumi are ready. She then said, yeah, they're just coming down. And when they get down there, Mitsuki then says, bye, brats. And they both say, yeah, whatever, bye, old hag. And they all start to walk. They all get into a conversation. And they're just having laughs, except for Izuku. He really doesn't laugh as much. The only time they see him laugh is when that one time they see him gone crazy. And well, they didn't want to see that again. Izuku proceeded to walk with them. He then said, hey, do you guys want to get some food? They then shook their heads and they went to go get some food. When they got there, Bakugo said, I like the new cut, Izuku. He then said, yeah, I got it yesterday when you guys left. And, I got a tattoo too. He then said, wait, let me see. He then showed Bakugo the tattoo on his chest where it says Auntie. And, Katsumi, she blessed from seeing Izuku's chest because he's pretty buff. He then showed the tattoo on his back and said Venom. And Bakugo then said, huh, cool. He then left. He then left to go get some food. When he got there, Izuku said, I'm gonna go order, alright? He went to go order some food, and when he ordered, he came back down. They were talking for a little bit until their order got called. When they got up there, Izuku went to go grab his food, but then a green-haired girl was right next to him. He then accidentally touched her hand and said, oh, I'm sorry. She then said, no problem. And she looked over and said, wait, have I seen you before? He said, no, I don't think you have. He then says, what's your name? He said, well, I don't feel comfortable telling you that, miss. He said, come on, what's your name? Alright, my name is... Hold up, guys. That guy's up there. My name is Free Anti. And Izuku lied. That's his name that he tells, well, when he's on a mission or something like that. That's his code name. He then says, oh, yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know you. You seem really familiar, though. My name is Izumi Yagi. Izuku raises an eyebrow and says, wait, why do I feel like I've heard that name before? He then has a picture of a little girl that looks exactly like this girl that he's standing in front of, just younger. He then says, what the? He then says, sorry, yeah, I don't think we've seen each other before. I'm gonna go back to sit next to my friends. He then goes back to sit next down to Bakugo and Katsumi. Bakugo then says, what were you doing with that girl? He then said, she said she thought she knew me from somewhere. But I told her we haven't seen each other before. And Bakugo said, and they got to eating their food again. After that, he all got up and went back to the CCG. When they got there, it was time for a mission for each other. For them, they were told to infiltrate a ghoul base, and Bakugo just said, "Alright, let's do this." He then grabbed his Klinke, which is a hammer, and a big hammer, a big red hammer, well, a big black hammer with red scratches on them, I guess you could say. And Izumi has two sharp blades with red slashes on them also. Izuku grabbed his Gagune and put it on his back. Izumi put her swords on her back too, and Bakugo, he just put his in his case. They then proceeded to walk out, with Izuku wearing a black and white cloak, and Bakugo wearing just a white cloak, and Katsubi wearing the same thing. Izuku and his team, they all start going to their cars. When they get in, Izuku gets in his, dang bro, you got that? Okay, Izuku gets into his, oh sorry, hold up guys. Hold up. Sorry. Hold up. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So Izuku proceeds to get in his Ferrari. Guy got a Ferrari. I'm like, I don't really talk about cars like that anymore. But you know, I know Ferrari's a good car, though. Bakugo proceeds to hop in his Lamborghini. Okay, he could have just called it a Lambo, but yeah. And Katsumi proceeds to get in her Bugatti. They're all chrome. Izuku starts to get the coordinates, and so does Bakugo and Katsumi. They start to drive, but then they put their cars in camouflage, so they don't waste any time with the lights. So they start driving, and Izuku, Katsumi, and Bakugo, they're good drivers. So they get there pretty quickly. They get at the base. Izuku says, alright, are you guys ready? They then shake their heads, and Izuku says, alright, grab onto me. And he then throws his sword, and it starts to stretch up. It then basically grapples onto the top of the building, and they start to grab onto Izuku, and they all get on top of the roof. Once they get there, Bakugo says, alright, let's do this, and pulls out his Klinke. Izuku puts his Klinke back into his back on his back, and he then says, alright, let's go. They didn't go down the stairway. When they get there, they didn't see ghouls. They didn't hide behind the door. And they say, oh, before we do anything, we need to see what they're doing here. He then opens the door quietly and sneaks up behind one of the ghouls and stabs them straight through the chest, but covers their mouth so they won't scream. He then says, Bakugo, burn it. Bakugo then uses his Klinke and burns it. His Klinke has a special ability. If he wants to, he can make his hammer erupt fire from it. So he burned the body, and they got rid of the ashes. They all then started to. They all then started to run out of there. Not run out of there. They all then started to go to the next floor. When they got to the next floor, they saw more ghouls. And they said, alright, it looks like we should probably go a floor down, and it might be where the operating at. Izuku then says, "Alright, I think we should sneak out. We should sneak quietly. Don't take anyone out. Alright? Activate the camouflage on your suit." Bakugo and Katsumi, they then shake their heads, and they activate the camouflage on their suits. They go into camouflage, and the general then says, "Alright, Bakugo, Katsumi, and Izuku. I want you three to figure out what's going on, alright? ASAP. And then when you get it, kill all the ghouls in there and get out of there." And then say copy that. They then start to sneak down to the next floor. And when they get there, they then see a lot of bodies. There are a lot of human bodies. A lot are still alive, and some are just dead. Bakugo and Katsumi are looking in horror. Izuku's just looking casually. He just says, "Alright." He just says, "General, we found what they're doing. They're holding people here for food, I'm pretty sure. So what do you want us to do?" He says, "Alright, free the civilians and kill the rest. We have trucks out there." He just says, "Alright." He then goes in there, and Izuku says, "Alright, we're gonna kill them. We're gonna kill every single ghoul in here right now, alright?" Then shake their head, and they killed every single ghoul in that place where all the civilians were. He then unlocked the door, and all the humans that were still alive come out. He then says, "Shh, be quiet. Go to the outside door, and you're gonna have to jump off the balcony. It's not that far, so you won't get hurt. One of you might sprain your leg or foot, but it doesn't matter. There should be a van outside. Go in the van, and they'll take you somewhere safe." They all shake their heads, and they start to leave. Izuku says, "Alright, we're going back up to that floor, and we're gonna go kill every single one." Bakugo and Katsumi then shake their heads. They all go up to that floor, and then Bakugo says, "Alright, let's do this," and he knocks down the door, and all the ghouls get alerted. He then says, "Alright, let's do this." And he takes one side, Katsumi takes one side, and so does Izuku take one side. Izuku uses his squinky and just starts slicing people down. He then uses his Kagune, and he puts it into a second form, and he starts zooming across the halls. The ghouls can't keep up with him because he's too quick, and he just starts to slice every ghoul head off, and some stabbing in the chest. He then switches it back to his first form and just starts shooting all the tentacles out. He kills about 20 of them just by doing that. He then snaps. He then pops his shoulder out in place and then snaps it in again and says, "Let's do this." And anti-venom comes out. He then says, "You finally let me out. Let's do this." He then starts to go crazy. He starts using his anti-ghoul venom. He just starts slicing down when he creates a blade out of the venom. He then just starts killing anyone he sees. Well, all the ghouls he sees. He then eventually goes into his third state of his Kagune. This is a new state that he hasn't seen before. And this is his tentacles, but every single tentacle has a blast, has a little hole on the tip of them. It's basically blasters. He then starts to shoot energy out from those tentacles, but then he lines them all up together and then blasts them all at the same time, and it makes a huge beam that kills about 50 of those ghouls. He then says, "All right, I'm taking over control," and Anti-Venom says, "No, I want to save." But then Deku takes over control. He then says, "All right, I'm back. Let's finish this off." He then, He then starts to take off his jacket, and he just starts to slicing through people, or ghouls, left and right, with his Kagune and his Quinke, and also his venom, his anti-ghoul venom. He just keeps on doing it, and when he's done, he looks exactly like he just did a massacre. He just looks crazy. He's not in any type of ghoul state or anti-venom state. He just looks like he doesn't care. There's so much blood on him, and well, he's just standing naturally. Okay, so I think he looked like this. Let me go to this picture. I'm pretty sure I shouldn't have had it up this whole time, because I'm gonna edit it and make this be up the whole time. So yeah, I'm gonna have to make it be. Oh, I found it. Okay. So if I'm editing right, it should be moving right now. So if you guys can see this picture, it says plus ultra. Pretty sure he would probably look like this, minus the green hair. There's black and white hair, but he doesn't have all that. He doesn't have all that stuff right there. Freaking editing, freaking Naruto Black Ops, do their thing, bro. Do your thing, bro. He doesn't have those little things right there. If I'm editing right, it should be doing it right now. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure he doesn't have those little things right there. And, yeah, it should be black and white. Alright, we'll go back to the thing. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys, but, hold up, guys. Alright, guys, this is, future Naruto Black Ops. I kind of messed up, and I had to do something for a while, so if I sound a little, like, bored, that's because I had to do something. So, yeah, let's get back into the video. Alright, yeah, sorry. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm back. I just had to do something, bro. That just took forever. But anyway, how did I leave off? Oh yeah, I left off at Izuku looking like he just got done with the massacre. He then proceeds to walk to Katsumi and Bakugo. He then puts on his white and black jacket again, and he says, "Alright, let's go." They then shake their heads and they leave. They get in their cars, put it on camouflage, and they go back to the CCG. When they get there, they're congratulated by the general motto, most of investigators. Izuku doesn't have a smiling face. Bakugo, he's just being cocky. And Katsumi, she's blushing from embarrassment. And he then says, it really wasn't that hard though. And the general says, "Of course it wasn't hard for you. I don't even think you were going full power. Were you?" He says, "No, I unlocked another stage to my cognitive." He said, "Oh, did you now? Okay. You'll have to train on that later. Right now we celebrate." And Izuku says, "I don't feel like celebrating. I'm going out. And then leaves. And he starts to walk out. He then sees a man with white hair and a kid with black hair outside. Well, outside of a car, at the end of it, end of an edge. They're looking over and they see a body, a human body, but this body has committed suicide, or the human has committed suicide. The two guys, well, one boy and the other one is a guy. The guy says, "All right, Kaneki, we don't just kill humans. We just go to look for humans that committed suicide. We're not as crazy as you think. Come on." They both go down there to go get that body. Izuku can sense that they're both ghouls, but that black-haired kid, he seems to be half human. And, well, he didn't pay too much mind to it. So he goes down there to go see what they're doing. And they're packing up a bag. Izuku, since his brain tells him to always only kill ghouls, he goes up to this man. He says, "Where do you think you're going?" He says, What are you doing?" Izuku's cognate then comes out of his back. It says, "I said, where do you think you're going?" It says, "Calm down, you're a ghoul like me. We're just trying to get our food, alright?" And he says, "I'm not a ghoul." He then turns around with his pitch black eye and his, well, no pupil white eye. He then says, I mean, you could call me one, but you wish you never met something like me. I'm an anti-version of you. I was made to kill you." He then rushes over at the guy with the white hair. And, I don't know. This guy must have forgot what's his name. I forgot this guy's name, too. I'm pretty sure who he's talking about is that guy that, protected Toka and, other guy that... Because I remember this scene when they went to go find the people that committed suicide. So, yeah, I remember that scene. So, yeah, I guess he's doing that. So, Izuku then rushes over there, and the guy, he can't see it. Izuku's moving too fast. He then puts his freaking hand at the guy's chest, but then punches him. But the guy, he wasn't that affected, and he just backed up. He just said, "That's all you got?" He just said, "Well, I don't care anymore. You're dead." He said, "What are you talking about?" But then he started feeling pain to his chest. He then started to take off his cloak and take off his shirt, and then look, poison is spreading around his whole entire body. He then says, "You." And then Kaneki's looking, he's scared. He then says, You're different. You're part human. So I can't kill you. So I'll let you live. Because my program makes me only kill ghouls. And that's what I'm made for. So I'll let you live, but your friend here, he won't live for that much longer. You better go take him to say his goodbyes." And Izuku then disappears. After that, Kaneki, he then gets the guy with the white hair. He then walks them back all the way back to the car. He was moving pretty fast because of the adrenaline. Because he was trying to get him back quickly. He then got in the car and started driving all the way back to Antighoul. When he got there, he had the guy on his right shoulder, and he was carrying him. Everybody looked at him and said, "What happened?" And he said, "Some guy with white and black hair, and his eyes, they weren't, well, he had a cognate, but his eyes, they weren't ghoul eyes. One of his eyes, they became pitch black. no white outline to him or nothing. And his other eye, it was just white, like he didn't have a pupil or something. And his cognitive were white and black. And when he punched the white-haired guy, this guy's just calling him the white-haired guy, bro. I don't know his name either, though. Like, that's crazy. Like, come on, Kaneki G. Like, what are you doing? Kaneki G, bro. Like, what are you doing? You could at least looked it up. But anyway, Kaneki then proceeds to say that when he got punched by the guy with the white and black hair, he got infected with this type of poison. Can we heal this? They didn't look at the poison and said it's spreading to his lungs and his heart. We can't, even if you got him here quicker, he would still die. I'm sorry, he's not gonna make it. He might as well say his goodbyes. Soka starts crying because he's the person that took care of her. And I'm pretty sure that's like Toka's uncle or something. I don't know. That might be another reason why she's crying. But she starts crying. And Izumi, she starts crying too. All Might puts his hand on Izumi's shoulder. And All For One just has a frown. He's sad for him. Kind of mad. He then said, "Who did this?" Kaneki then said, he did give me a name. He said his name was Antighoul. He said his name was Antighoul, but he had a different name. He had his shirt off for some reason. And I saw a tattoo on him. It said anti-venom. They were all kind of shocked. He then said, wait, anti-venom. Who could that be? Toshinori then figured it out. Wait, anti-ghoul? You said before that? He said, yeah, what does that? He then said, wait, could it be? It can't be. Could it be Izuku? Izumi then looked at her father and said, wait, what are you talking about? He then said, the project, what they called it was anti-ghoul. I don't know about no anti-venom, but what they called it was anti-ghoul. She then said, it could be him. We don't know. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, yeah. What was I? All Might says, well, if it is Izuku, we have to take our chances. He then says, Izuku, isn't that your brother? Izumi. Izumi then says yes to Toka. He then said, so your brother killed him? And she said, I don't know. He is under the influence of the CCG. So we don't know what happened. She then says, why would you want to bring somebody like that back? She then says, he's still my brother. He chose to do it. He's the one that wanted to do it. If he didn't do it, he was gonna die. I don't know if he still would do it over again, or if he regrets doing it, but I need to get him back. He's my brother. And Toshinori says, yes, he's my son, and I won't abandon him. By this time, there's been a little girl coming, Hinami. And, her mother has recently died by the investigator Mato. And, well, she's been crying for a while, been grieving. Her father also died from him, too. So she's kind of traumatized a little bit. But a few days ago, Toka and, well, Toka and freaking, sorry guys, Toka, Hinami, and Kaneki, they all went to go find, well, Toka and Kaneki went to go find Hinami, and they found her, but when they found her, they saw Mado there. And, well, Izuku then said, well, not Izuku, Kaneki then said he was gonna go keep watch before Mado showed up. He went to go keep watch, and before Mado showed up, he then saw Aizawa. Aizawa was walking. He then said, I wonder, wait, he's an investigator. He then ran over to stop Aizawa, because Aizawa, he was running to where Hinami and Toka were. He stopped him and tried to convince him that humans and ghouls, well, they're the same. It's just they eat human flesh. That's it. Aizawa, he wasn't taking it, and he just started to pummel Kaneki, and Kaneki just kept on trying to convince him, and mostly was trying to keep him away from getting to Toka and Hinami. But he then wasn't doing so great, so he then said, I'll let you out this one time. This one time, alright? He then unzipped the part of his mask that he had on. And then his eye became, well, it became, sorry. One of his eyes became the ghoul eye. And his tentacle cognate came out, well, from the bottom of his back. He then said, well, I'll have fun eating you. He then tried to go to attack at Aizawa. Aizawa tried to use his quirk and tried to cancel out the cognate, but it wasn't working for some reason. He doesn't know why, but it just wasn't working. But then eventually, the white-haired guy, he came and stopped Kaneki. And, well, he told Kaneki that she's okay. And, well, Aizawa eventually got away. And by the time he got away, he went to where Moto was, he was too late. He was dead. And he died trying to kill Toga, whereas he knew the rabbit and Hinami. And, well, he died trying to do it. Aizawa then punched his hand onto the floor and said, I'll get you, rabbit. And, yeah. They are just wondering why things are going bad for them now. And little did they know, things were only gonna just get worse. Izuku Midoriya, the one that killed that white-haired guy, was walking like he didn't just kill anyone. He doesn't have that many emotions. Yes, he has the emotion to, well, feel a little happiness. He has the emotion to have fun. But he doesn't have the emotion to love, to care. He just doesn't have any meaning to care if he kills anyone. He doesn't care who he kills. He just thinks that's how he was born. And well, he can't do anything about it, even though he wants to so bad. He can't do anything. He always hides to make people think that he's just a mindless, emotionless machine, but inside, he doesn't want to do this. All that mindless, emotionless machine, that's his other mixed personality. That's the mindless machine they want. But Izuku, he's just a mindless killer, an emotionless killer. But, well, he's not as bad as his other personality. At least. Because if he was, every ghoul he smelt, every ghoul he saw would die. He doesn't care if they were good, bad, good and bad. He doesn't care. He'll still kill them. He doesn't care if they were helping him. He'll still kill them. He's just a monster. Izuku was just thinking, why was he born like this? Why was he made like this? He then just kept on walking. And then until he bumped into Katsumi. And this is, oh, sorry. Katsumi, what are you doing here? She then said, oh, I just came out here looking for you. You went pretty far. And Izuku said, well, I was just trying to clear my head. And, well, trying to figure out what I could do. I don't have that many emotions. I can't feel love or happiness. And, well, I want to know how those emotions feel, but I can't. And Izuku then heard the words that he wasn't even expecting from, well, Katsumi. And for the first time, he was shocked. Katsumi asked him, are you a virgin? Pause right there, my guy. This is the Tokyo dude. This is Tokyo Ghoul, my guy. They hit you with the freaking Toka line. Are you a virgin? Like, this is Tokyo Ghoul. This is Tokyo Ghoul, okay? Like, this is Tokyo Ghoul. Right there, you can know that it is Tokyo Ghoul. And when she said this, Izuku, he had a shocked face, but only for a second. But Katsumi saw this, and she was shocked. She'd never seen Izuku show that type of face or anything. The only face he showed is just like a plain, emotionless face. The word came out of his mouth said, yeah, I am. So what? Katsumi then said, I can help you with that. Izuku is shocked again, and he actually has a little blush, a small little blush on his face. And Katsumi, being, well, an investigator, she noticed that too. And even she blushed harder, though. She was really red. Izuku then said, are you saying what I think you're saying? She then said, what if I am? And Izuku then said, well, I guess. And then he didn't have any more time to talk because Katsumi kissed him. They then went into Izuku's room. Okay, hold up. I thought he was walking. I thought he was taking a stroll. I thought he was taking a stroll. Like, he must be having teleportation powers now. But anyway, I can do it. He then went into Izuku's room. They started having a makeout session. And after that, they started having intercourses. Katsumi was moaning from it. Izuku grunting. Okay, messed up. Izuku making this go on for about 8 hours. And, well, after that, they fell asleep. Oh boy, Izuku like that? I mean, like, he's not the Izuku from the other fanfic. He's not the Izuku from the freaking other fanfic. He had freaking Shoko up for 12 hours straight, my guy. 12 hours straight. And that fanfic, 12 hours straight, my guy. But, anyway, yeah. Izuku then woke up at 2 p.m. He then woke up with Katsumi cuddling on his chest. He then actually smiled. Anti-venom in his mind. He's wondering, what is this feeling I'm having? Does Izuku feel this too? I feel, and they both say at the same time, happy. And they both, not they, bro. I keep on messing up, bro. Come on. I can't read. Izuku then gets up. What the heck, bro? Don't sit here and say, remind me later, bro. They just made me mess up. Now I'm on this picture once more. Okay, bro. Okay. I'm on here now. Am I controlling this? Can I control it? Why is it not working? Oh, I'm probably still controlling the picture. Go back. Okay, am I still... No, bro. I'm still not controlling it. Bro, what's going on, bro? Why can I not control this? Okay, there we go. Okay, scroll down. Okay, there we go. I'm back where I was. Okay. So Izuku gets up. He then proceeds to go to the bathroom, brush his teeth, wash his face, with his boxers on. Katsumi then wakes up and sees Izuku with only his boxers on, which makes her blush. He then said, "Oh, good morning." She then said, "Good morning." They both were kind of silent for a few seconds. But Izuku broke this silence by something Katsumi wasn't expecting. Did you have a good time last night? And Katsumi then blushed like a tomato. She then said, yeah. What about you? And I said, yeah, good time. I loved it. And this made Katsumi even blush even more. He then said, well, we probably should get our stuff on. And he then said, yeah, alright. After that, Katsumi, oh damn, stretchy. After that, Katsumi, she proceeded to brush her teeth, wash her face, and put her clothes on. After that, they opened the door. And as soon as they opened the door, they saw Bakugo about to knock. And Bakugo looked at both both of them back and forth and said, "Oh, that's what happened." Well, boy, Izuku, I just want you to know. Wait, hold up, bro. What happened? It happened again. Oh my gosh, I gotta fix this jump. Did I do it already? Nope, still not working. Okay, harness needs to go down. There we go. He then looks, Bakugo then looks back and forth at Katsumi. Katsumi and Izuku. He then says, well, Izuku, I just want you to know that she's loved you since the day she saw you, so that's just so you know. He didn't get punched by Katsumi and says, she then says, shut up. And says, what did you do that for? I was just telling the truth. He said, okay, I'm glad I don't have a sibling. He then walks, wait, yeah. He then proceeds to walk out of his room. He then greeted by the general. General then says, Izuku, we have some bad news. Professor Maro, he died a few days ago by a ghoul. And he says, why was this told to me earlier? And he said, well, we're just now figuring it out. Why are you just now figuring this out? He then said, well, Aizawa, his team, his partner, he didn't want to tell anyone, but then he just told me. So we're gonna be having his funeral today, but it seems like he's already buried. So I want you all to come to the meeting right now. They all shook their heads and they went to the meeting room. When they got there, everybody was there with their suits on. The general went up there to the top of the stage and said, we are now here to honor the name of Mado, one of the best investigators we have. He might have been a little crazy, but that was his charm. So, can we have a moment of silence for our investigator, Mr. Mado? After the moment of silence, he then said, okay, people that want to go to his funeral, you can, but you don't have to. Everybody shook their heads, and most of everybody there went to his funeral, except for Izuku. And, well, Bakugo. Izuku, Bakugo, and Katsumi, can't read. They stayed. Izuku then said, well, I gotta go somewhere. He then tells Bakugo and Katsumi that he's gonna go somewhere, and he leaves. After he does, he goes back to where he just killed that ghoul yesterday. After that, he then goes down to where he killed him. He then goes back to where he saw the black-haired kid standing. He went over there and saw a footprint, so he put his hand on there and basically started to sniff the sand. He then said, I'll take you, huh? And his name is King Kaneki. Okay. He then gets up and says, I'm gonna check out this I'll take you. Okay, pause right there, my guy. This guy got the best sensory skills of all time. He literally just smelled it and knew he was from Anteku and then knew his name. This is a whole different breed. Come on, now. But anyway, Izuku proceeds to go back to Anteku. When he gets there, alright, go back to Anteku. I messed up. He proceeds to go to Anteku. When he gets there, he knocks on the door. He has a hoodie on, a black and white hoodie. So you can't see his hair, but you can't see his eyes. And he's wearing white. He's wearing, oh shoot, bro, I messed up. I just got a brain for it. He's wearing pink and white gloves. He opens the door, and he then says, can I have a grande? Bro, a grande for real? A grande, my guy, he put that in there. Anyway, off one that says, yeah, sure, kid. Izuku proceeds to sit down at one of the tables. He just sits down next to this orange-haired kid. He says, who are you? He says, oh, my name's Hide. And he then says, oh, my name is, sorry, bro, sorry. My name is Free Anti. He then says, oh, nice to meet you, Free. He then says, well, what are you doing here? He then says, well, I kind of am here for the coffee. I'm also here just to talk to my friend, Kaneki. And then Izuku's eyebrows raised, but he quickly makes that go away. He then says, oh, Kaneki. I think I've seen him before. He's the black-haired kid, right? With black eyes. He's pretty shy, right? He says, yeah. You seen him before? He said, yeah. Seen him around the school. He said, oh, yeah. So, can you tell me a little bit about him? And he said, well, like you said, he is shy. Well, he's been changing a lot. He wears this little eye patch around his eye nowadays. I don't know why, but, well, that's him. He also... Sorry, guys. He also spends a lot of time here. And, well... He recently went on a date with this girl, but after that, him and her never got to act together. I tried to ask her that he blow it, but he didn't say what happened. He just changed the subject. Let me scroll down real quick. Wait. This junk keeps on happening. Back to this, bro. Okay, go back. Scroll down once more. Okay, there we go. Izuku says, oh, okay. He says, well, do you know this girl's name? He then says, I think her name was Rias, and she had purple hair. She looked pretty cute. So, I mean, I see why Kaneki liked her. So, her name's Rias. In his head, Kaneki says, well, Rias. I was tracking her down. I knew she was a ghoul. See, it seems like he somehow has her organs. I smelt a little bit of her on him. He must have her organs. That's the only possibility. I know she's dead. She hasn't came back on the radar to kill any men, because that's what she does. And then says, well, yeah, cool, thanks. He then gets his coffee, and then the black-haired kid he was talking about comes down to give it to him. It's Kaneki. He then says, oh, thanks, Kaneki. And he says, wait, how do you know my name? He said, well, I seen you on school campus, and they just told me a lot about you. He then said, oh, okay, what's your name? He then says, my name is Free Anti. And he then says, somebody heard that and went over and said, wait, Free? He then says, oh, wait, aren't you Izumi Yagi? She then says, yeah, it's me. I remember you at that food restaurant. He said, yeah. How you been? She says, I've been alright. He says, okay. So, have you heard about these ghoul sightings? There's been ghouls around this particular area. Are you guys sure that you still want to keep your coffee shop up? And, all for one, he kind of gets suspicious. And then says, well, we have faith that, we'll stay. Nothing will happen here. Untaker is a big family. We don't want to mess that up. And he then hears another person. He says, yeah, he's right. And he looks over to see a buff man with yellow hair and blue eyes. He feels a connection to this man for some reason, but he can't explain it. He feels like he owes this man his life. And little did he know, he does. He then says, oh, my name's Toshinori Yagi. I'm Izumi's father. You could just call me Mr. Yagi. He then says, oh, okay. Mr. Yagi, are you scared of the ghouls to come over here? He then said, no, not really. I'm not. He then says, oh, okay. He says, well, thank you guys for the hair. I'm not here. Thank you guys for the coffee. Here you go. He then gives he gives the cup that he had to them, and he leaves. He leaves with a lot of information. He leaves with some information on Kaneki and some information on the whole Antake. He then starts to walk out. But when he walked out, he then saw a guy. He just dropped down into the window. He kind of thought this is weird, so he went on top of a building watching from afar. He then saw the purple-haired girl that he saw in there. She was protecting Kaneki, well, in front of him. She also said something about him being her brother. Everybody being kind of shocked, except for Izuku, because, well, nobody can see him, but still, he just doesn't get shocked. Well, except for that one time with Katsumi. Well, that doesn't matter right now. He then starts paying more attention. After a while, a big man comes in. He then starts slamming Kaneki around. Well, that's because, well, he had a hard time doing it because, well, he was injured a little bit. Before he could do anything, All Might they had a good battle instead of Untaku. And, well, All Might, he couldn't have won. It's just that, well, he got caught off guard by one of the huge man's bodyguards. He hit him with his Kagune, and it hit him in a vital spot. And it kind of injured him and knocked him out. Izumi, though, she was doing a little bit more better than her father, but the same thing happened to her. Toka, she was already hurt from her brother. And then Kaneki proceeded to get slammed around. Izuku wasn't gonna step in because he didn't care. He knew his ghouls and he could just easily go in there and just kill every single one of them. He just wanted to see how this would play out. He then made a plan. He'll become a double agent. He'll pretend like he's joining them, but he's also actually working for the CCG. He then said, okay, that's the perfect plan. I'll wait for them to take Kaneki away. So when the big man takes Kaneki away, he then reveals himself to be somebody called Jason. He then hold up, guys. He then proceeds to walk out of there with Kaneki. Kaneki was bloody. He was injured heavily. It almost looked like he was dead because of the blood. Izuku came in there pretending like, no, this was crazy. He came in there and said, hey, what's going on? What happened? Why is this place so bloody? Everybody was shocked that he came back in here. He just said, I heard some noises and I just thought that you guys were in trouble. What happened? They then said, we're ghosts. And he then pretended to be shocked. You're ghosts? But you guys said that you weren't. What? They then said we lied, alright? We're those ghouls that are being sighted around here, okay? Are you gonna tell anyone? Because if you do, we're gonna have to kill you. And he says, no, I won't tell anyone, okay? I don't really care about all that stuff between ghouls. I just want to understand them. Humans and ghouls. They really don't make any sense to me, even though I am a human. They don't make any sense to me. Neither ghouls or humans. So I want to understand them. And then, kind of shocked by his answer, and they said, well, maybe you could help us. And they said, how can I help you? And they said, well, I mean, you could stay here. You could actually be a real human. And, well, when someone comes in here, they could think, if a CCG person comes in here, and, well, he is trying to investigate us, you can show that you're a real human. And they won't come back here. You'll be a good asset. He then was laughing in his head, like, these guys are stupid. And I know, like, for real, they're stupid. Oh, God, they are. But, he said, okay, I'll do it. And they then said, alright, we have to come up with a plan about saving Kaneki. But then All For One comes through the door. He left. After Kaneki left, he left. And, not Kaneki. After, Hide and Izuku left, he left. And Izuku, before he saw, well, Toka's brother break down the glass, he was gone. He was a few minutes away. But he has good eyesight. He then... Sorry, guys, hold up. He then looked at... the man. He then said, so he's part of us now? Is he a ghoul? He then said, no, he's only a human. He wants to help out, though. He says, okay, I'm All For One. But some people know me as the One-Eyed Owl. Izuku is, well, not shocked. He just how's the word? Surprised, but not really. Like, he's not showing that he's surprised, okay? So, he... That's... I don't know why he put that in there. Like, he's not surprised, but he's not surprised, but he's kind of surprised, you know? I'm like, he really read that. I mean, he really, really put that in there, bro. And I really read that. Hold up, bro. Oh my gosh. Anyway, Izuku proceeds to say, okay, I'll call you offline, I guess. He says, okay, we have to come up with a plan to save Kaneki. Author's point of view. If you got it this far, you also know about, well, Tokyo Ghoul. So, I really didn't feel like writing the rest of this. So, if you know how they make up the plan and the CCG goes to this spot, well, yeah, you know how that happens. So that same thing happens in canon, and well, they make up that same plan. In the oh my, bro, what the hell, bro? This guy really just said, "I'm not writing no more." That's he didn't feel like doing that. He said, "No, we're skipping that." Okay, so this guy literally just skipped all the way to the Kaneki retrieval arc. It really ain't an arc though, but still, he basically said he skipped all the way over to when they was retrieving Kaneki. Now I'm just now noticing like this is about to be the easy. This is about to be the end of season 1, but Izuku then says after they've made the plan and they're at the building, he then says, "All right, what do you want me to do?" He then says, you just stay here, all right?" And he says, "Oh, okay." He stays there, and all for one, he can take Kagunes as part of his, well, power. He's a special type of ghoul that has a quirk. And, well, that's what makes him special. That's why he was called All for One. Anyway, he makes a duplicate of himself and makes him look like the one-eyed owl. And nobody knows this though. Not even Izuku. So he went up all the way up there and started the fight with some of the investigators. And, well, we now go to where Kaneki is. Kaneki's there, standing on top of a building. Looking completely different. He has white hair, black fingernails, black toes, black fingertoes, whatever, bro. Can't say that right. Even though it's literally right in front of me, I still can't say that jump right. There's something wrong with me. Am I sadistic, bro? I'm sadistic, bro. You know how you can't see Roy's right? Yeah, am I like that, bro? I don't know. He then says, alright. No, what am I saying, bro? Kaneki then says, well, it looks like Toka needs my help. He then puts on his mask and, well, he then goes where Toka is. Izuku then sees Kaneki. He sees that he's transformed into a full ghoul. It's like he accept the ghoul part of him, and well, he's a full ghoul now. He now has the temptation to kill him. He proceeds to go over there. He then is standing on top of a building, not too far from where Kaneki is. He's watching. He then sees Kaneki fighting Toka's brother. He then says, I won't kill you, but I won't kill you because you're Toka's brother. But I will have to teach you a lesson. And, well, but then before he could talk, he was then punched in the face by something that he thought he would never see a day in his life. It was Izuku, but it looked nothing like Izuku. It was anti-venom. He transformed all the way in to his final form. This was him. Anti-ghoul venom. He then looked at Kaneki. Kaneki looking in horror. Even though he was just tortured, he feels like this is even worse. Kaneki thought he was the one that went through the worst pain. But when he looks into this monster's eyes, he can see that this thing goes through more pain than he does. He then turns his head over at Toka's brother. Well, anti-ghoul venom starts to walk over there to Toka's brother. Toka's brother starts backing up and says, "Get away! Don't. But then he couldn't talk. The anti-ghoul venom grabbed him and ate him whole. Izuku, well, not Izuku, I messed up. Kaneki looked in horror. He was even more scared. Toka was scared too and crying. She just saw her brother die. And Nishiki, he wasn't sad or nothing because, well, he didn't know the guy like that. So, yeah. But he was scared. Anti-venom then looked over at Izuku. Not Izuku. Looked over at Kaneki and said, I'll fight you later. And he then had a sadistic smile on his face. He then jumped off to where the investigators were fighting with One-Eyed Owl, or else we all know All for One. When he got there, he then said, One-Eyed Owl. The investigator said, about damn time. Anti-venom. And said, whatever. Get out of here. I'll take care of this one. He then said, alright. The general then said, anti-venom, where have you been? He said, I've been tied up with something. Now shut your fucking mouth before I kill you. And the general shut up. Because even though he knows that he made Izuku, well, only kill ghouls, but he is still able to kill whoever he wants. And he made him a mindless machine, a mindless killing machine. So, well, he can do whatever he wants. Anti-venom looked back at One-Eyed Owl and he said, now, that's played. He starts to laugh. And Anti-venom just rushes over at One-Eyed Owl. And he's just pummeling him right now. One-Eyed Owl is getting, he's getting trashed. He's getting stomped on. He's getting comboed. Agent Venom. My boy. Agent Venom, really, bro? Agent Venom, bro? Agent Venom? This guy messed up. He put Agent Venom. Agent Venom. Venom. He didn't even put Venom, bro. Venom. Agent Venom. Venom, my guy. Not Venom. 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 Okay. He didn't even put the anti-venom, bro. Come on now. Anti-venom was destroying the One-Eyed Owl, or he thought. After he was done, he ate the One-Eyed Owl. He thought he was dead. Everybody thought that he killed the One-Eyed Owl. He then looked back at the general and said that wasn't the real one. He's still out there somewhere. The general said, alright. Well, then they felt the place breaking down. The general started to say, go, go, everyone go. Izuku just lunged off. But then he saw Katsuki and Katsumi. They were kind of falling behind a little bit, trying to help out some other investigators. He then rushed down there and grabbed both of them and jumped out of there. He even got them to safety and then went back to his regular form. He then said, are you two okay? And they said, oh, where have you been? He said, well, I've been doing things. He then said, well, I might have to be leaving a little bit more. So, I don't know if I'm going to be able to stay. Katsumi said, why? And he said, well, I'm trying to be a devil agent. I'm trying to work for the ghouls. You see, I've been working with antighoul, and also I'm working with the CCG. I just want to know if you guys have my back if I become a trader for the CCG. They both said, of course we have your back. Just because we follow orders for the CCG doesn't mean that, well, we love it. Yeah, we love what he do, but still, we'll betray them any day for you. Because we're best friends. And we love you, man. And Zuko says, thank you. I mean, I wish I had the same emotion to say it back, but I can't. He then says, well, I'll see you guys soon, alright? And they then shake their heads. Izuku then leaves. He goes to where Kaneki is. Kaneki is walking away from Toka. He just stops in front of Kaneki and says, Kaneki, right? He then says, how did you get here? He then said, well, you see, I can see that you're broken. You think that you went through hell. You think that you had the worst life. Well, I want you to know right now that you haven't had the worst life. There's a lot of more people that has gone through way more things than you. Trust me, I know I'm one of those people. But I want to know, will you join me? He says, what are you talking about? I was just gonna go. But you said you're gonna go join that little group. I just want you to know, Kaneki, I could kill them any day. You wanna go there to get stronger? Well, come with me, and you'll be a god. You'll be a killing machine. Kaneki says, alright, I'll do anything to protect them. And he says, okay, do anything to protect Monteku, right? He says, yeah, how do you know? He then says, well, you don't have to worry about that. So, are you in or are you out? He then says, I'm in. Izuku then grabs Kaneki and then he jumps off. He then says, they land on top of a building, and then Izuku says, before we go any farther, let me show you something that you saw today. Izuku then goes into his anti-ghoul venom, and Kaneki is shocked. He's scared, and he just fell on his knees. He's just looking up and just frightened. He then says, don't worry, Kaneki, I won't kill you. I won't kill you even if you betray me. I just want to know, are we friends? Kaneki then says, I don't know yet. Are we? And he says, well, we can be. I don't have that many. I have a friend, and I have, well, I guess you could say, a girlfriend. But right now, I have to keep them safe from harm's way. So that's why I'm having you. I want to help you too. I want you to help me also. We can both help each other out in this. Alright? And he then transforms and puts his hand out. And Kaneki gets up and shakes his hand. And then says, "Welcome, Kaneki, to the new age of the world." End of chapter 2. Bro, chapter 2 was so long, bro. Okay, bro, that's where I'm gonna leave the video off, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm loving doing these fanfics, and I'm gonna be doing my next what if, not a fanfic, my own what if. I'm gonna be doing the next what if that's gonna come out is what if Deku was Iron Man, maybe the movie. And finally, guys, part 2 to what if Naruto and Sasuke return brothers. Get ready for that, and I'll see you guys next time. Naruto Black Ops out.